Triggering emails to a list of spreadsheet leads is easy within AgencyIQ. The key is to understand that the triggering of the emails directly on out to the leads is based on the status change. Let's take a look at what that might look like. If we go inside of a file of a client, notice that whenever we go into the product line, here on the top left-hand section, we have a status. Each product line has a status within AgencyIQ. It's the movement of leads through the statuses that actually changes the email status. Therefore, whenever you change the status of the lead, we're going to automatically trigger emails, reminders, and rule sets. So instead of doing this one by one like we've just demonstrated, we're actually going to do this in batches. So let's take a look at how to set up our rule set so that way whenever we do move a group of leads through the process that we're going to automatically trigger emails or different activities to apply for spreadsheet uploaded leads. Let's start off by going into your agency settings link located in the top right hand corner. Here we're going to go into your automatic rules. Inside the automatic rules, we're going to be able to pull up one of our rule sets specifically for leads whenever they change a status. Here I want you to go ahead and notice the pictures inside of our rule sets. They're going to tell what we call a picture story. Here we're going to say that if a lead matches a product and if it changes status, then we're going to add the lead to a campaign, trigger emails, and reminders. So what we're going to do is put our cursor over this and click the word Edit. Once we're inside of the rule set, we'll be able to notice that here we can look at the conditions. The conditions mean if all the following conditions are met. Think of it like your loan and being able to own a home. If you make your mortgage payment, then of course you'll be able to live in your home. If you don't make a mortgage payment, you cannot live in your home. Same thing with our rule sets. So here, as long as the following conditions occur, such as if a lead is an auto or a home lead, and if it changes from any status to the status called manually entered leads, then we're going to automatically trigger the actions below. This means triggering emails, reminders, dialing schedules, and or adding and subtracting of leads directly to campaigns. It can also include the movement of leads to different producers inside of your office. If you would like help to be able to set up your rule set based on your goals, please let us know. We'll be happy to help. Once the rule set is complete, make sure that the rule set is active, yes, and click Save. Once you have this rule set up the way that you would like, now we're ready to be able to trigger the movement of the leads into this status, which is automatically going to trigger the actions that occur below. So now let's talk about how to move leads in bulk through to another status. Let's go to the Contacts tab. Here, if we're going to move a specific set of leads, then we can use the Filters and Options section to be able to pull up that specific set of leads. If we're specifically talking about a spreadsheet section of leads here, then what we need to do is be able to choose all of the product lines. And then what we normally recommend is to be able to choose your batch. Your batch is actually the spreadsheet list that would apply. So here we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull up this spreadsheet upload, and then we're going to click refresh with these settings. Once we do that, we're going to pull up the 5 leads assigned to the spreadsheet. Now we can either do it manually to where we automatically check mark the boxes to the left, which gives us more control over which leads we choose to be able to move, or we can go ahead and select all and select the entire batch. Now that we've selected the entire batch, we can move the leads to a different producer, and we can also go ahead and move the leads to a different status. Now, once we've chosen the status, we can click Assign Leads. If you're changing the lead over to a different producer, you can mark Do Not Mark as Newly Assigned. That means that the leads will not show up directly on the producer's dashboard. If you do want the leads to be able to show up on the dashboard, leave that blank. If you're not reassigning the leads to another producer, then just click Assign Leads. Once you change the status of the leads, notice here that they're inside the verifier status. And if we go ahead and move them directly into the manually entered lead statuses and click Assigned Leads, then the leads will automatically be able to be moved over to the manually inserted lead status. Notice that inside the screen, you'll also be able to see that the leads were triggered into a different status. If we click on one of our prospects, we can also see inside the file that if we scroll on down, we can see all the emails that have been scheduled as well as the reminders for follow-up. This is how you trigger drip emails and drip actions for spreadsheet leads. If you would like further assistance, please contact our offices and we'll be happy to help.